But I got a powder, yeah, we got it, powder blue, Crown Vic.
You should have seen, I'll tell you, last night I was down here last night in the middle.
I went to the film. I want to interview you. I didn't get you on my show today.
I got I'll tell you what I have lined up today. I'm going to do a CNN at 1:45.
Oh, because you saw it, yeah.
Then I got a 2:40 that I got to do. And I'll give
Just do 10 minutes on my radio show.
Yeah, can we do it by phone?
Yeah, of course. I'm not doing a remote here. I got a fill-in host.
Okay.
You'll just be on this show.
Okay, I'll give you a phone number. You can call me, and then I'll do it.
Well, I'll just give your number to my producer, and then he'll say, here's a 4-hour show. Where do you want to be in here, Peter?
Yeah.
Just do 10 minutes. You come on and tell what you saw with the riot.
Oh, you got it. We'll do it.
So I want to know. I missed it. I mean, we saw the tail end of the second one. You know, there was one even later.
Well, the one that we heard, we got here last night. We couldn't get through the streets. It was blocked out. We couldn't get through. And I could see the lights. We went over there. I'm telling you what. It was on.
Were the anarchists throwing stuff?
I don't know what happened further down.
That's what the witnesses said. They said they were throwing things at the police.
Well,
which is impossible. They're little angels. They didn't do anything.
I don't know what happened on that street. I know that they had some women and kids back up against the building.
Oh,
it was crazy. It was insane. This is a weird story. Bruce Jones.
They look like the types that would really try something. What am I saying, Adolf?
Now, I like this guy was a professional disc jockey. Aaron Roberts is a professional disc jockey. That's it. No such thing. Sammy, when'd you get into town?
Yesterday.
How long are you here for?
Friday. Yeah, I have to, chaperone the Michigan delegation.
I understand. You're like the tour guide.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Look great.
Okay.
You really do.
Well, we're on punishment for violating the rules.
I know it.
All the email that I'm getting is saying how to look at the video, what a liar you are, and everything is not on the tape, and you're over-aggressive, that why give you a platform when you're just running around.
It's all corrupt.
That type of thing. What's the message that you're putting out there right now when you're going out the street on the ground level?
I'm actually not shouting or yelling until people start pushing and hitting on me.
Yeah.
Imagine, I am talking Malcolm. They're pushing on me.
All right, 24 minutes after the hour of 8:24, 630 KHOW. We are Denver's talk station, Radio Free Denver. And as I mentioned yesterday at this time, I said that I misjudged this in thinking that we should be at Civic Center Park, sort of the epicenter, if you will, of the protest movement in the DNC, and this morning I think we guessed right. It's been quite a night and quite a morning. Alex Jones is here. Also, we're going to get him on the air in the end of this. Everybody remember Sam Riddle? And Sam's here as a delegate from Michigan. Sammy's here. I got to tell you something again, Alex. Last night, yesterday morning at this time, this place was empty. There was no police this morning. There's squads of police walking through, and the big Fox news truck is over here, and they're covering, now they say, at least what they told the guys, is the police presence in Denver. Alex Jones is here. You told me Cindy Sheehan. Tell me the story again. Pull that really close to you.
Cindy Sheehan has put out a blog. I've known Cindy. I was one of the first, in fact, the first when she went public 3, 4, 5 years ago, right when her son died. I was one of the first interviewer, and she knows me well, and I know her. She doesn't make stuff up. And in fact, she, was very conservative in what she covers. She was going back to her room, and the door was ajar, and there was a guy in there, with the phone uncoupled, putting the bug in it. They said, I'm just doing work on your phone, and then ran out of the room.
You think she was getting wired?
Well, that's certainly what was happening to her. It was a local wire. Obviously they have thousands of intelligence operatives, federal and state and local, that are crawling all over this. They brought in different intelligence agencies from other police intelligence groups from all over the country. Kind of a big federal drill overall in integrating the police under federalism and under this whole new world order system. But before we got down to the little makeshift emergency FEMA camp that the police lied about and said didn't exist 3 weeks ago, and then 2 weeks ago it broke on the news that the secret jail did exist over there on the side of town in these group of warehouses. But even before we got over there, I noticed that we had this powder blue Crown Vic police car following us. And once we got there, he started following us. Other police cars were following us. because we were trying to find the entrance into it. And once we got in, the police came over and said, "Don't cross any of the police lines or you'll be arrested." They had tape up all around the main warehouse or some other warehouses that have private industry on. And it was ridiculous. This car would park 100 yards away from us. And then as soon as we walked toward it, it would pull away and park behind something and then come back, and then it followed us out. And I saw what looked like a microwave gun. We first came pulling up at the camp, coming out of one of the entrances. We weren't sure what entrance was it yet. We saw police cars and vans with a truck pulling what looked like, according to 60 Minutes, where they showed it a few months ago, the big microwave gun. And I remember in 2004 videotaping the LRAD sound cannons at the RNC in New York. And I said, "That's an LRAD." "Oh, no, it's not." And later it came out they did have LRADs there. They admittedly have the sound cannons.
What's an LRAD?
It's a big acoustic device where they can you just focus ear-splitting noise at crowds, but they also have said that they may use a microwave gun here, and glue guns and things, and they backed off of that. But I watched that on 60 Minutes when they rolled out, and on a few other shows on Discovery Channel when they rolled out in the last year the microwave gun, and it looked like a microwave gun. It was not a microwave gun. It's something in the same chassis, the same trailer, same shape, same controls. And we got a decent look at it. We got a little bit of video of it. We're so busy all the time. Take that off of our hard cameras, get on the web. That's why we send this stuff out live, like we're doing right now. But there's definitely a big intelligence operation here. There's definitely a lot of surveillance that is going on of the population. And some could argue that's a good idea with these latest guys. I see you have the story here with threat against Obama, 3 arrested on drug charges, meth, weapons found. You know, and how did they, quote, know that these guys were planning to...
They caught them on a DUI.
Yeah, but exactly. But you've got...
They admitted that they were here.
Yeah, well, that's what the police are saying.
Well, no, I mean, I have a good friend, a reporter who wrote this story, Brian Moss, who said that 1 or 2 of them said, you know, that's why they were here.
Well, they do look like the type of ne'er-do-wells. I mean, just looking at them, they look like grade A white trash. So I'm not saying that's not the case.
You know what's fascinating about the story? And again,
well, I mean, they are meth heads. They're so crazy that yeah, they would be showing up.
On this report, and we went through, and I think when you and I spoke last, I told you about this
Arab guy with the cyanide.
Somali man, the Muslim, who dies with 1.5 pounds of cyanide in his room. And immediately, all the disclaimers, he was not here to do, I mean, we can't link him to terror and the rest of it. Well, immediately this morning, and we did speak with the chief of police from Glendale where this all went down, who said, he said he questioned that as well. But the first thing that happens is I'll read it to you. U.S. Attorney for Colorado said authorities are absolutely confident the 3 men arrested on weapons and drug charges pose no threat to Barack Obama. They were caught with a high-powered rifle. They were caught with some handguns and meth. And they even said that's why they were here. And the one guy had a Nazi ring on, wearing a Nazi swastika ring. I mean, we've talked to people.
Sounds like a staged event to me.
Well,
we've seen other cases where they get mentally ill informants, promise them a bunch of cash, or promise them somebody's going to give you $200,000 when you get to Denver with this, and they stage the bus. Sounds like a classic setup. I mean, look at the whole anthrax case. All I'm saying is,
I'm not sure.
We've seen the system and the feds lie so many times to covertly create a security threat so they can get more police state powers and then publicly tell everybody that everything's okay.
Well, Channel 4 news reporter Brian Moss.
All I'm telling you is this stinks to high heaven. I mean, remember back in the mid-'90s when the FBI for like 2 years funded them close to $1 million, the Viper militia, and it was a meth-cooking motorcycle gang because the FBI wanted that name, Viper militia, to demonize the Second Amendment and guns. And then in hindsight, it turned out that it was a group wholly created by the FBI, and the FBI was leading it. Or the Bum Steer Award in Texas Monthly, #1 insult in Texas. The FBI won that for creating a Klan group out of 2 husbands and 2 wives in trailers who were such alcoholics and meth heads they couldn't even get out of their house but once a week. And the FBI came, created them, had them talk about all this big stuff they were going to do, give them weapons, blow up a chemical plant, and it turned out the whole thing was staged by the FBI.
The rap always was in the 70s that the only people that paid dues to the Klan were the FBI.
Yeah,
they were the Klan members.
They're in the 70s. The only dues-paying members of the Klan were the FBI.
All right, let's break. 8:31:29 before the hour. Sam Riddle, longtime friend, is here. He's here with the Michigan delegation. Also, you're listening to Alex Jones.